Morning everyone, Phil here. Tim from Sully Outdoors. Thought you guys might be interested in seeing some maple syrup production. So I've tapped a bunch of trees on the property this year, and we're gonna give this a shot. This is gonna be my fifth batch. I'm getting about what is it? About a cup of maple syrup to 15 gallons. So they're red maples, not sugar maples, so it takes a bit more. But we're gonna fire this up today. We'll show you just how long this is gonna take and how much we're gonna do. So here we are back again. Got the fire going. So this is the little rig that Darren built for me here. Steel, he did that pretty quick in about half an hour. Just to enclose the pit so we can concentrate the heat. The issue I found though is that a lot of the heat and smoke and stuff was escaping up and over the sides because they were open. So I stuffed them with some Roxol insulation, and we'll see how this holds up. Like I said, this is attempt number 5, and we've been adjusting a little bit each and every time. I just put this in the front to stop anything from coming. As you can see, it's holding up pretty good. Roxol's not supposed to burn, so we'll get that going a bit hotter and see how it goes. So my last clip got interrupted, not sure why. As I was saying, the boil down seems to be occurring quicker. I stuffed Roxol insulation in there to block where some of the heat was escaping around the edges. That seems to be, the Roxol seems to be holding up. Interesting thing too, I can actually touch this. So I can touch the side of this, and it's a pretty damn good job that Roxol is doing keeping the heat out. So you can see the flames are going pretty good in there. So, and she's boiling down. So it's working. And I'll chat with you guys later. So it's next update. It's 4:30, just after 4:30. Still going. We've got almost 20 gallons. This is bucket number 4, 5-gallon bucket. Almost 20 gallons in there. I'm gonna throw that a little bit in there as soon as I'm done recording this. It's going good. You can see that's the finishing pan, and this is the warm-in, I guess, section, and it's looking pretty good. Next update, hopefully we'll be just wrapping up the finishing product. Talk to you later. Bye. Hello folks, we're back again. It is now almost 5:45 and we're still going. So this is, however, the most I have processed. We are almost at 25 gallons. We got maybe, I don't know, a little under half a bucket there to throw in there, and that'll be 25 gallons at the end of that bucket. And I think that's all we're going to do today, but it is more than we have done in a normal day. I think we're getting about in around 8 hours we were doing about 20 gallons finished off complete. I think we're going to get 25 done here in probably about the same amount of time. Around there, somewhere around there. So 8.5 hours, we should have 25 gallons hopefully polished off, and it's going pretty good. Next year I think we'll be a bit more efficient than this year, but it's not too bad for the first year. So I just wanted to show you guys after the second pan. We got a little propane here, and I guess my finishing pot, just to wrap things up a little quicker once it gets down to as close to sugar content as we think it's going to get. I finish it off in here, and then I take it inside and check consistency and check temperature here we're hitting about 221 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's when we know we got syrup. Thanks. I'll talk to you in a bit. I'm just going to load this up here. There'll be 2 pots there. Talk to you later. Bye. So I just transfer stuff over from the second pan there, and just to show you, I run through this filter. So, you know, I'm doing wood-fired boil in there. You can see the little black bits. I don't know if you can see them in there. Just the stuff from the wood that flies up and then into it. Cleans it all out and gets rid of that. And then once I've done boiling it down, I actually run it through some coffee filters, some really fine coffee filters, to get the sap sugar out, and then bottle it. It is actually almost 7 o'clock, and we're still going 25 gallons. So almost on 9 hours now. But I haven't been keeping on the fire. That's the thing, you got to keep it boiling and keep it going so that it's evaporating all the time. But I've been in and out, so if I was on that, I think it would have been a little quicker. So it's 8 o'clock, and we're pretty much done for the day. We did 25 quarts, or we did 25 gallons. We used Roxol around the perimeter of the little pit enclosure that Darren built me here. It worked pretty well. The coals are just burning down. The reason that that piece of Roxol here is all pulled apart is because it was sticking to the bottom of the pan. That's the only reason. The rest of it, I mean, the sides held up really well. This stuff's pretty tough, but it did its job. It held the heat in. So 25 gallons boiled. Well, it's not completely boiled down yet, but that's a 30 quart pot, and that'll boil down probably a little bit more, quite a bit more, maybe another inch down or whatever. But we got some pretty good production. And it's getting later in the season. The syrup's a little darker now. Earlier in the season it was brighter. I'll show you a comparison later upstairs, because I'll probably finish this off on the stove, and then run it through some coffee filters just to get the sap sand out. So I got interrupted there for some reason, but we're going to boil this down a bit more. We'll probably go another 2 inches once she starts boiling. I'm just finishing it off with the propane. Then we'll take it inside, really finish it off, get it back up to like 220, 221, and then we'll bottle it and run it through, we'll run it through some coffee filters and bottle it. That takes some time. Coffee filters are pretty fine, but I find it gets rid of the sap sand really well. We'll show you that process later. Maybe tomorrow. I might just wrap this up, let it sit on the stove overnight, and then finish it off tomorrow morning. Later. So I'm finishing up the syrup in the kitchen. I'm boiling this down to 20. Just finishing it up. Taking this, filtering it in here, and then I'll be boiling it down. Just using regular coffee filters. It's a nice fine filter. Gets rid of all the sap sand. And then we'll boil that down to 220. Almost getting there. And then we will bottle that. And I'll show you the final process. It ends up like this. Ends up like this. Nice, nothing in it. Just pure maple syrup. No sap sand, no crystallization. just delicious. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye.